Well, we're going to go into our last headline talking about another instant delivery provider. Gopuff announced this week that eligible Chase credit card members will receive a $10 statement credit each month that they make a Gopuff purchase.
Insane.
You heard that right. Free money. Free money.
Woo.
Gopuff customers who add an eligible Chase credit card as their default payment on their Gopuff account, Chris, they automatically receive that credit. And it has a potential value of, obviously, if you do the math, 10 times 12, $120 over 12 months. That's a lot of like Cheetos, man.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
I mean, basically, I can get $120 for ordering a Twix bar every month.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm going to do that anyway. So just give me $120 now.
Exactly. Abhinav, let's go to you first here for the quick take on this one.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea from their part. What they are the number one in this space in US and by far. And the way they have gotten there is just customer acquisition. And as I said earlier, operations is going to be the key, but also volume.
Yeah.
And so, yes, they are bleeding money at the moment, but they have a war chest of whatever, I think 3.4 billion for whatever, some insane number of funding.
Yeah.
So they have the cash to burn. And so this is another play of the many plays they have made in terms of just continue to acquiring customers. That's the play. But they have to get there eventually the operations right. If they can do that along with customer acquisition, they will win because they are so big right now compared to others. And eventually a roll-up will happen. They will be in the best place, but operations is the key. I will go back to that point.
For sure. Chris, what do you think about this?
I mean, I'm just starting to buy into Gopuff as an idea, as a company, as kind of is one of these next big companies that could change the landscape. I don't know why. Like I said this before on the podcast, I don't have anything to base that on. But I mean, I got caught by surprise this week too, man, because I noticed that the former head of PR for the US for Alibaba is now in charge of PR for Gopuff. Like she left, and like that signals something to me that there's something in the water here. Lots of good people have gone to Gopuff. There's a guy who used to work at Target that works there now too.
Yeah, chief marketing officer from Lowe's.
Yeah, lots of smart people. And so I think there's something in the water there, and I just can't get off it. And like when I hear, Chad talking about too, like advising CPGs to invest in this, it just makes sense. Abhinav, you want to say something else?
Yeah, I also wanted to say in terms of competition, the names that I mentioned in the quick commerce space, or 15-minute or less delivery, we also have to think about some non-traditional competition that is going to come their way. So for example, you can think of DoorDash as a competition, correct? I mean, they don't have, they have launched a marketplace. So they are also in this space.
100%.
Instacart is also kind of in this space. Amazon is building its network like crazy. Eventually they will get here. And so they are a big thing, but they have to be very careful because models are getting disrupted all the while, and there is just insane amount of competition coming their way.
Right. Yeah, no, right. I agree. Yeah. It's just, there's something about this that's captivating me with how they're approaching this in terms of what they're doing with the fulfillment centers they're trying to get online, the volume they're pushing through, really creative marketing scheme here as well. Like this is incredibly creative. Probably doesn't cost them that much either.
Yeah, I think the marketing point is interesting because we saw Ship doing something similar with Visa not too long ago, where you got a free 3-month Ship membership when you sign up with a Visa card. I think this is a smart move too, as they expand beyond the urban core and into the burbs. Like you've seen a lot of traditional retailers going after BNPL in this space to like get more of the younger demographic. I think this is like Gopuff trying to bring in the older, the boomers, the suburban families into this because they have Chase cards. Like that's going to be their like move to try to get them onto the platform. But Chad, let's hear your last comments here to close.
Right. So I think you just called me old, or at least very suburban, because while Getir was not in my delivery zone,
it's not delivering to anybody, anyone on this show. Chad, you're not alone.
But I do have a Chase card. So like, okay, so if I do in fact, and so if I'm a Chase card holder, like, do I use GoPuff as a result of this? Like for $10 a month? Like, of course I'm trying it, right?
Yeah,
nice.
Like, the average GoPuff order is last I saw about $18 to $23, right? Yep. So if I order once a month, you're talking 50% off and 25% if your frequency is twice a month. Like you need a lot of orders to get down to typical credit card point, reward type. So great consumer value there. And I agree with everything you guys are saying. I mean, I think these partnerships are really interesting. And and creative folks like Gopuff looking at new ways of funding customer acquisition and trial. So yeah, I'm in.
Excellent.
You're in. Okay.